What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. It is Thursday, so of course we are here for the top matchups between the Eagles and their Week 8 opponent, the New York Giants. We'll be going over the coaching staffs, the stats and standings for both teams, what both teams look like, and then, of course, my top matchups. I'd love to hear yours. You have a score prediction, player of the game, whatever's on your mind. Appreciate you guys taking the time, though, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up. Everything you do to support the channel, cannot thank you enough. But before we get into all this information right here, let's take a gander at some things that went down for both teams here. And Darius Cooper had his 21-day practice window open, so he has 3 weeks to come off of the IR. And, well, we may need some help. Let's take a look at the updated injury report for today. And, again, A.J. Brown did not practice, so not looking great for him this Sunday, but we'll see tomorrow with the game status report who's out and who's questionable. Jeremiah Trotter was the only one that was limited today. The rest of the guys didn't practice, so not looking great for Jurgens, Jackson, or Ojulari. Looking great for my guy, Jacorian and Bennett, though. A full participant today. Same goes for Dallas Goedert. Those other guys were limited, and then had to make myself another list here. And, well, we have added Darius Cooper, as I mentioned, as a full participant. So, some good news. Maybe Cooper and Bennett both come off of IR to help us out. And you can see Brandon Graham, a full participant again today. So maybe he gets added to the roster. He has a 2-game exemption, so we don't have to bring him back till he's ready. But, hey, we might need him if Ojulari is out. Now, the Giants also made some moves, added Ray McLeod, bringing him back with Brian Daboll. They used to be together with the Bills years ago, but also brought back Jude McCadney to the practice squad and then released cornerback Lameron James there. And you can see their injury report. All the guys that didn't practice yesterday, again, did not practice. It sounds like Burns might be the only one that could play. So without Adebo, without Holland, that would be a major blow to them. Davidson did not practice today. And then John Michael Schmitz, their center, did. He was full participant. So those were the couple things that changed. And then both the guys that were full in Gano and Dart also good to go there. So just wanted to briefly go over that for you. Now let's jump right into this and let's get to know both these teams. You guys can let me know your thoughts on these coaching staffs and the rest of the things that we go over here coming up. But this coaching staff for the Eagles, I know I'm the only person that supports them, but that's all right. I did it last year when I tried to tell everyone about Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio, and then we won the Super Bowl. So that's fine. No one wants to believe in this team. I'll sit here and do it until everybody jumps on board with us. And I know you sickos are with me. So we'll get ready to see this team continue to get better. Young pieces on defense, a lot of injuries. The offense, a new offensive coordinator, a lot of injuries on the O-line. Need to get things rolling here, but I believe in this team. And, you know, a team like the Giants with the young pieces, they're playing for their lives here. And these young kids are really helping them out. So Daboll, Kafka, Bowen, Gabriel, we just saw him a couple weeks ago, but oh, we need our revenge. I'll just put it that way. We are a better staff, and I'm just putting it out there, but this is a good coaching staff. And, you know, Brian Daboll, obviously with a crappy team he's had, it's kind of hard to sit here and say, you know, he has had some terrible teams, but he's a decent coach. We'll give him that. But let's take a look at what both of these teams look like now. You've seen the coaches. Let's take a look, and here's the updated look at their IR. Obviously, designated return now are Cooper and Bennett, along there with Hinton. You can see the rest of the guys, hopefully Nolan Smith back after the bye. Maybe a little Willie Lampkin if we need. That'd be great. But still on IR there. And then these guys obviously not going to be on this depth chart. But here is the offense. And, again, without A.J. Brown, that would suck. But you got Mechie. You got Xavier Gibson who was brought in. And maybe Darius Cooper comes out. So let's just hope for the best here. And if Cam Jurgens is out, sounds like Brett Toth will be the guy. Now, Drew Kendall I like, but he is a rookie. So we'll see what they decide to do, but not looking great for Cam Jurgens there. And then defense, we talk about Ojulari. Well, Brandon Graham, maybe he comes back for this game. But we got Patrick Johnson. I don't know if we just want to roll 3. Maybe we elevate someone. Dorian Jackson could be out for this one. So love to have Jacorian Bennett back. Not sure if they're ready to just throw him in and start him, though. So could be Gailey Ringo. Yeah, so Lord help us if that is the case. That's the defense, though. And then the special teams unit. Everybody rocking and rolling there. Good to go. No injuries or anything like that. And then, of course, as I mentioned, you can elevate guys. So if you want to elevate an edge or a wide receiver or do something, whatever you want to do, you've got options here. Sua Obeta there, who was brought in the other day. Whatever you guys are thinking, let me know down below. But that's what the Eagles look like. Let's take a look at what the Giants look like. And here is their IR and a couple players designated return for them. Could get their kicker back. You can see a couple guys on the PUP list. But these are the players you will not see on the depth chart. You can go check out the shows behind enemy lines. You check out a detailed look at this. I'm just going to breeze through this. You guys can pause it if you need. But taking a look there, the offensive lineman a little banged up, maybe heading toward all playing, though, so that'd be great for them. And then on the defensive side of the ball, mentioned Adebo out. Could see Deonte Banks, who was a teammate of Jacorian Bennett. Remember when we talked about that a couple of years ago before the draft? I like Bennett a lot more than Banks. We could see both of them, but I highly doubt Bennett. So could see Banks, and then you could see yourself some Dane Belton there filling in for Javon Holland. Here's the special teams unit for the Giants. And then, we talked about the kicker. Could, Gano come off of that list? And if not, well, here's the practice squad, and they can elevate 2 of these guys. They've got 2 kickers here. So whether McCabney, who just got cut because he missed 200 points, or Koo there, you got a few options for a kicker. So we'll see. And then Ray McLeod brought in. We'll see how quick he can get up to speed. They could definitely use some help at wide receiver. But that's what both teams look like. Now let's take a look at how both of these teams have been faring so far this season. And, well, we know we just saw them a couple of weeks ago, and they've been on the rise. These young players really been helping them out, and that's great. But this Eagles team starting to get their shit together. So 14th in points, 26th total yardage. Don't like that. But things are starting to move up a little bit. Still giving up sacks. Hate that, but not turning the ball over. I do love that. So just got to clean some things up, get things working, and I promise you, this team will be the most dominant in the NFL. And then defense, you can see, obviously had its struggles and not getting sacks, not getting as many turnovers as when we started the season. But I'm telling you, once this team settles in, these young pieces start getting things down, sky's the limit for this Eagles team. And again, this Giants team has definitely been getting better, but I think the Eagles are the better team, and they have revenge on their mind. You're coming to our house. We're rocking the Kelly Greens, and, we're going to smack you around. This offense gives up turnovers. They do give up sacks, and this is something, we want to try to take advantage of, and hopefully we will. But, with these teams where they're looking, this defense, Giants is usually pretty good, but definitely has had its struggle. So they are 2-5, not great. And we are at the top at 5-2, but none of that matters, as we all know. And clearly they spanked us a couple weeks ago. So we got to get our stuff right. We're not focused. We know we can win the NFC East. We are winning the NFC. So we can't overlook the Giants. Just saying, big picture here, they are bottom of the barrel. We are top dogs. So let's go show that to the world, but most importantly to ourselves. So that is what the standings and the stats look like for both of those teams. Give you a little primer there before we go through these matchups here, and love to hear your thoughts. But starting us off here, number 8. Got to stop this damn pass attack at the tight end. And last time we played them, I talked about this. I thought Theo Johnson, up and coming, kind of player you got to watch out for. And, I'm still going to say that. And he only had 2 catches for 27 yards last time. And Bellinger didn't do anything. So we did a good job there. And I think, with our linebacker safeties, we can continue to do that. So let's go out here. Makuba continues to impress. He has his ups and downs. We've talked about that. He's a rookie, man. This stuff is going to happen. Stop trying to trade and cut everybody. Call them busts after our first couple of games. Holy hell. So please, for the love of God, give this kid some hope. I think we could shut these tight ends down again. Dart has loved throwing to them, and we are one of the teams that was able to stop that from happening. Let's do that on Sunday. And one of the most important things you got to stop is that run game. And, Scatabo, we can focus on him. He had over 100 yards total. He had 110 total yards, 98 rushing. I think, we all know this dude is a bulldozer, but we've got Bond, we got Campbell, and Dean is back too. So put this dude in the dirt, make them one-dimensional. I don't want to see all these missed tackles. I don't want to see this BS. And I think Tyrone Tracy, it's another guy that, he can catch the ball at the backfield. We did not allow him to do that last game. Scatabo had a couple of catches for 12 yards, so we did really good with that. We need to continue doing that, clean some things up, and I really think we could have beat the living hell out of them last time. So we had our chances, but really missed it there. So shut them down and ultimately put it into the hands of Jackson Dart, and I think we can destroy this offensive line. This kid right here, though, last time we played him, he ran the ball for 58 yards and had a touchdown. He threw the ball for 195 and a touchdown, no interceptions. He looked good, and we talked about it. This is a talented young man. I hate that he's on the Giants, and, so far he's only thrown for like 131 yards per game. But take stats with a grain of salt. This kid's talented, and, that's great. But so is this Eagles defense, and I think they've really, not getting pressure. That's huge, for helping this defense just work as a whole. So let's get some pressure, make it easier on our secondary. Linebackers, do your thing. Shut down all the pieces we talked about. And no reason these guys should be putting up points like they were last time. Now, let's get into this Eagles offense, and just been unacceptable. And a lot of it's because of this offensive line. So, Dickerson seems like he's back. Cine will play. But now it sounds like Juergens is going to miss. So if Toth is in there, oh, Lord, they've got Dexter Lawrence, Robertson Harris, Alexander, Nunez-Roches. Davidson might not play, but regardless, they've got themselves some depth there, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to do all we can to protect our quarterback and get the run game going, but let's get that this week, please, for the love of God. They've got a damn good interior. Let's not let them destroy us. And then, on the outside here, we struggle with these guys, giving up sacks, and just really, I just wanted to jump off of a roof, to be honest. Burns had a couple of sacks. You had Musuau, the linebacker, getting a sack, and, I just think protecting Jalen's huge, and being able to run the ball, that's pretty huge. So, yeah, we had Saquon only 58 yards in that game, but honestly, that's more than he averages a game in the season. So, Lord help us. He's only averaging 52.7 yards per game. He only has 3 touchdowns, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. So, get this offensive line going, please. Please, please shut these guys down, because Burns, Thibodeau, Carter, that's a nasty rotation. We got to shut them down, and we got to give time to Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown might not play in this one. So, Devontae Smith, we know he is him. Let people sleep on him. Dotson, next man up. And then you got John Mechie. We talked about Xavier Gibson. Cooper could come back. And then you've got guys on the practice squad, and Marshall and Covey and Wilkins. Please no. But you've got options here. So if Adebo's out, good. 1 for 1. Then, and not good. I don't ever want to see one hurt, but just saying, if ours is out, yours is out, let's effing go. Either way, everybody want to talk about how this guy right here, QB1, could not throw the ball. And I keep trying to destroy. Well, I keep destroying. I'm not trying. I keep doing it each and every year for the last 5 years. But one day maybe they'd learn football and stop saying just annoying, moronic stuff about him. Regardless, the dude threw for over 300 yards. And he's the first quarterback to do that against the Vikings. No one even threw for over 200 this season, and he threw for over 300. So we talked about what a good defense they were. He smoked them. And, dude, let the haters hate. Let them say what they need to. But this dude, he is him. And obviously this past game, he actually had 283 yards. He did throw an interception, but regardless, that was a stupid one. And a touchdown there for him. And, I thought only, 6, 7 rushes, and he didn't even have, 15 rushing yards. So, it's not that I want him to use his legs, but if he has to, do it. Protect him more. I just thought sloppy all around. The offensive line banged up. It was clearly showing in that game, so hopefully they've figured things out. We know Toth is probably going to be center, so practice it all week. Practice whoever the backups are, because Dickerson could get hurt again, so holy hell. Please, for the love of God, though, but just watch Jalen Hurts be him. Now, at number 1, let this be the game that would get Saquon going. I talked about him having 58 yards last time we saw him, but he's only averaging 52.7 in the damn season. So he actually went over. Let's double that. Let's go for over 116. Let's get 125 in this game. Run the ball right down their effing throats. We saw there in the 20s there, giving up rushing yards. Dude, they've got great defense, but their edge guys, their corners, not exactly the best tacklers. This is a team you can definitely run the ball on if you want to. And look, they were playing with their hearts on the line there. That was their Super Bowl. in week 6. So they put it all on the table now. Now you got to go out here and you just beat the living hell out of them like you know you can. And I think Saquon, this is the game that he would love to do that in. And, you know, clearly rocking the Kelly Greens at home, that's a nice little added bonus. But your former team there, oh, yeah, baby. And he averaged 4.8 yards per carry in that damn game. He had himself, you know, I thought, what was looking to be a good game starting, and then the Eagles just got away from it. And look, man, get the ball in his hands, pass the ball to him. He only had a couple of catches, didn't even have 10 yards. So unacceptable. Get him involved. That's my number one priority for this game. And look, it's a game. So however it goes down, the script is going to dictate how this game is played. So you don't necessarily have to do whatever this, that, but it's Saquon Barkley. So whether you're passing the ball, make sure he's getting it. If you're running the ball, well, make sure he's getting it. Pretty simple to me. Put the ball into the hands of that young man and watch him shine and make things easier for Jalen Hurts, this offensive line. Ask any offensive lineman, they'd much prefer run that damn ball and go forward rather than going backwards and pass protecting. So let's run the ball right down their throats, make things easier for everyone, and let's go Birds. But that's all I've got for you here tonight. Would love to hear your thoughts on this one. What is your favorite matchup for this game? Maybe you got a top 5, top 10. Maybe you got yourself a player of the game, a score prediction, whatever it is. I'd love to hear from you. If you got anything from this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe, maybe hype this video up. Whatever you can do to support the channel, I truly appreciate it. I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. This is all I've got for you here today, though. I will be back tomorrow. I've got all kinds of different things planned for the bye week coming too, so keep tuning in. I'm hoping, you know, just remember, Howie's always cooking. I know a lot of you are asking about trades and this, that, the other thing. We're going to focus on one game at a time, and when Howie gets to that stuff, we will get to it. But if you're asking about free agents, trade pieces, there was a show the other day. Go check it out. Plenty of content out there for you guys to, you know, fill up your time with. But all I have for you here tonight, you guys know if you need anything, doesn't have to be about the Birds. Always here for you guys, as you are for me. Feel free to reach out any of these platforms. I love you guys. Hope you have yourselves a great rest of your evening. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!